Hello everybody, Dieter back in another video. Oh boy, we had 128 players when this US Open tournament started 10 days ago, 12 days ago, and now we have only 4 left men standing. And now you are thinking, but Dieter, what are you doing? Sinner and Musetti have not played their match yet. We don't have the winner from that match yet. They have not finished their match. I don't give a bloody damn about that. You know why? Because the only way Musetti can defeat Sinner is if Sinner gets injured. That is the only way, because if Sinner doesn't get injured, this is one-way traffic. Sinner no way in hell loses this match if he's healthy. Musetti has never defeated Sinner in 2 previous meetings. Musetti has not even taken 1 set against Sinner in 2 previous meetings. Sinner has won all of they've faced each other only 2 times, but Sinner have won both of those 2 matches against Musetti in straight sets. So that's why I'm actually doing this preview already. I'm super confident that Sinner will take down Lorenzo Musetti in straight sets. So there you have my answer, my tennis fans on the world, why I'm not waiting after Sinner Musetti match is over to do this semi-final preview at US Open 2025. I'm doing it right now, right here. I'm not waiting for that match to get over. I'm not doing that. I'm putting this video out already because I'm super confident that Sinner will take down Lorenzo Musetti in straight sets and go to that semi-final and face Felix Auger-Aliassime there. And let's talk about that match first. Jannik Sinner versus Felix Auger-Aliassime in that semi-final. Felix Auger-Aliassime actually leads the head-to-head against Jannik Sinner 2-1. But those 2 matches that Felix has won against Sinner was 3 years ago, back in 2022, when Sinner was not the Sinner we are used to. Sinner was definitely not a beast 3 years ago. He for sure is a beast now, my tennis fans all around the world. And Felix Auger-Aliassime, he tasted that beast a couple of weeks ago in Cincinnati in that quarterfinal, where Sinner gave Felix Auger-Aliassime a bagel in the first set and 6-2 in the second set. Jannik Sinner won that quarterfinal match against Felix Auger-Aliassime 6-love, 6-2. All right. Felix Auger-Aliassime, who is playing his 2nd Grand Slam semi-final. It was a long time ago. He played his first 4 years ago at the same event, US Open also, 2021, where he lost against Daniel Medvedev. Now Felix Auger-Aliassime is playing his 2nd Grand Slam semi-final in his career, after waiting 4 years to play his 2nd. Exactly 4 years. He has taken down 2 top 10 opponents on his way to this semi-final. He defeated Alexander Zverev in the 3rd round in 4 sets. I didn't see that coming, which I've said that before. I didn't believe that Felix will defeat Zverev. I'll be honest with you, my tennis fans all around the world out there. But after that, when he defeated Zverev in the 3rd round, I have had him as my favorite to go to this semi-final match. I had him as my favorite to win the match against Rublev. And I had him as my favorite to defeat also Alex de Minaur. Alex de Minaur, who's becoming the new Andrei Rublev, who is not getting past the quarterfinal stages. He has some more quarterfinals to come to Rublev's level, because we all know that Rublev has played 10 quarterfinal in majors, and he's 0-10 in quarterfinal matches in majors. He has never won a quarterfinal match in 10 attempts under Rublev. And Alex de Minaur, he's starting to become the new Andrei Rublev. He has now played 6 quarterfinal matches, Alex de Minaur, and he has lost all of those 6 quarterfinal matches. here in the Grand Slam tournaments. And he did that also against Felix Auger-Aliassime after over 4 hours of tennis, 4 hours and 10 minutes, something like that they played. And Felix came through in 4 sets. Did a pretty good match, Felix. 51 winners, 50 unforced errors. He does a lot of unforced errors, but he's, after all, ended the match with 1 more winner than unforced error. Won 82% when his first serve, Felix Auger-Aliassime. But the bad news for Felix is that he won only 32% when his second serve. That is horrible, really, to be quite honest. If he only managed to win 32% behind his second serve against Alex de Minaur, how in hell will he be able to win many points when his second serve against Sinner? Sinner is just 4 or 5 classes above Alex de Minaur. But I'm happy that Felix won this match. I really didn't want to see Alex de Minaur face Sinner. If that, I believe that Felix will win this match, and he proved me right. But if de Minaur would have won this match, just imagine watching de Minaur against Sinner. Sinner leads the head-to-head over de Minaur 10-0. Would we tennis fans been excited to see that match for the 11th time when we all know the outcome? De Minaur doesn't stand a chance against Sinner. Felix at least stands a chance. I believe Felix will have more chances against Sinner than what de Minaur would have had. Felix at least has a big serve, something de Minaur lacks. Felix at least has power, something de Minaur lacks. Felix, those 2 things Felix has: the big serve, big power, big forehand. Felix's weaknesses are his backhand, his returns. Those are the main weaknesses that Felix has. Of course, Sinner is the huge favorite here. Of course, this is not any surprise. He's coming into this semi-final match against Felix Auger-Aliassime as a huge favorite, and Felix is coming into this match as the huge underdog. Jannik Sinner is the defending champion, and he's trying to defend his US Open title from last year, something that has not happened at US Open in 17 years. Nobody has been able to defend the US Open title in 17 years. Last time somebody defended a US Open title was Roger Federer back in 2008. Since then, nobody has been able to defend the US Open title. So he's the defending champion here, Jannik Sinner. He's the world number 1. He's the 4-time Grand Slam champion. So how do I see this going? I believe that Sinner will win this match. The only way Felix can win this match is if he plays out of his mind tennis. If he does not one of his best matches, he needs to do his absolute best match of his life. He needs to be serving huge. He needs to be hitting huge. He needs to be capitalizing on the opportunities, but when he will have them, he will not have crazy amount of those. But when he will have some looks, some break point opportunities, when the games will be 30-all, 40-all, he needs to capitalize. He needs to be effective. He needs to be clutch, and he needs to do everything in his power to shorten the points, because every single time the rallies are over 5 shots, a big advantage for Sinner, because Sinner will try to attack Felix's backhand. No doubt about that, because Sinner is not stupid to hit many balls towards Felix's forehand, because Felix's forehand is just unbelievable good. And Sinner will, of course, try to avoid that shot as much as possible, because if he doesn't do that, Felix will hurt him big time. So Felix needs to try to do a great serve plus game. When he lands his serve, he needs to try to just win the points fast immediately and not go into long exchanges with Sinner and not just he needs to finish Sinner off fast and not going into long rallies with Sinner, because if he does that, he's toast. Sinner just needs to play his game, serve big, play close to the baseline like he does, hit the ball huge with both forehand and backhand like he does. He's the best ball striker in the world. Let's face it, Jannik Sinner is the best ball striker in the world. Who definitely will win this match? I think Sinner will win this match in straight sets. Yeah, of course, Felix can take one set, but I don't know. I just feel that Sinner is such an unbelievable, consistent player, such solid player, and does so little unforced errors. So I have difficulties to believe that Felix will take even one set. I just have that feeling. But Felix is coming to this match with sky-high confidence. He has beaten 2 top 10 players on his way here, like I said, Zverev and de Minaur. So, and he has that huge serve, Felix, but Sinner is the best returner in the world, together with Alcaraz. So, Felix won 82% when his first serve against de Minaur. I don't think Felix will win 82% when his first serve against Sinner. And he only won 32% of his second serves against de Minaur. When I see that number, I just can't imagine how that second serve of points winning against Sinner will be. I think it will be that kind of a numbers. Maybe it will be not that low as 32%, because that was crazy low with de Minaur, but it can be as low as that as well. I would not be surprised if that is the case. And 50 unforced errors he does against de Minaur. Against de Minaur, you know, Sinner is 3-4 classes, levels better than de Minaur. So if de Minaur can squeeze 50 unforced errors against Felix, I just can't imagine how many Sinner can do. How many unforced errors can Sinner squeeze from Felix Auger-Aliassime? Maybe 60, 70. So this makes me believe that Sinner will win this match in 3 close sets. I don't think it will be a blowout. I will be surprised if Sinner just completely destroys Felix like he did with Bublik in the 4th round, 6-1, 6-1, 6-1. But I think that Sinner will win the semi-final against Felix Auger-Aliassime in 3 close sets. All right, now let's go to the Clash of the Titans, the blockbuster match that we all are waiting for and that we all are talking about, and that is of course the match between Novak Djokovic versus Carlos Alcaraz. The greatest tennis player of all time, Novak Djokovic, who is 38 years old and still going strong, and who's playing his 4th consecutive Grand Slam semi-final in this year's 2025 season. He's going against the world number 2, the 5-time Grand Slam champion, maybe the greatest tennis player of all time, 15 years from now, Carlos Alcaraz, who is going into this semi-final without dropping one single set, who is going into the semi-final against Novak Djokovic where he has dropped his serve only once in 5 matches, and who is having one of his best seasons of his life, according to me, where he has won 6 titles so far in this year, and has played 7 consecutive finals this 2025 season, and has won 35 out of 36 of his last tennis matches. The last tennis match he lost was against Jannik Sinner in that Wimbledon final last month. Not last month, 2 months ago, in July. So Carlos Alcaraz, who is playing his 9th Grand Slam semi-final. Carlos Alcaraz, who has been winning 59 matches so far at this 2025 season. Of course, he's the leader of that stat, with winning most tennis matches of all the players on the ATP Tour. He's facing Novak Djokovic, who's playing his 53rd Grand Slam semi-final, and is trying to go to his 38th Grand Slam final. And Carlos, of course, is trying to go to his 7th Grand Slam final, because he has played 6 Grand Slam finals before and has won 5 of them. Yeah, there we have some numbers, what is on stake here and what these guys have done. If you look what they have done, how they have looked in this tournament, Djokovic has looked pretty solid. He has won all of his 5 matches in 3 sets or 4 sets. He has dropped 3 sets on his way, Novak Djokovic, and Carlos, like I've said, he has not dropped 1 single set in 5 matches. The head-to-head is 5-3 in Novak Djokovic's favor, and 3-0 if you look at on hard courts, because this match will be played in hard courts, of course. So Alcaraz has never defeated Novak Djokovic on hard court out of 3 matches that they've played against each other. If you look at the Grand Slam, they faced each other on Grand Slam 4 times, 2 times at Wimbledon, 23 and 24, 2023 and 2024. Both of those 2 times has been in Wimbledon finals, and Alcaraz has won both of those 2 Wimbledon finals. And the other 2 meetings, they have faced each other once at French Open, semi-final 2023, a match where Djokovic won in 4 sets, and the 4th meeting that they faced each other in Grand Slams was the last meeting, which was back in January at Australian Open, Melbourne. A match where, in the quarterfinals, a match where Novak Djokovic won in 4 sets. So now this match at this US Open semi-final will be their 5th meeting between these 2. The other 4 matches, it is 2-all. Even Steven in Grand Slams. Speaking about that Australian Open quarterfinal match where they played each other for the last time, Alcaraz, according to me, was not as sharp back then like he is now. That match, Alcaraz won the first set, and then Novak won the 3 consecutive sets and won that match in 4 sets. Alcaraz was not bad. He was not like he defeated himself. I remember that match, Alcaraz was serving pretty high percentage first serve, 74%. He won 67% behind his first serve, I remember. But Alcaraz's big problem in that match was he was winning way too little of points when his second serve. He won only 33% when his second serve. So Novak was completely killing his second serve. Completely. And also was dominating the baseline rallies. Because when you win as little as 33% beyond your second serve, like Alcaraz did in that quarterfinal match at Australian Open earlier this year, that is an indicator that your opponent has eaten up your second serve, and also your opponent has been the better player from the baseline. I remember Alcaraz did 50 winners in that match and 40 unforced errors, so he does 10 more winners than unforced errors, and he broke Novak's serve pretty 4 times out of 11 breakpoint opportunities that he had the entire match. So he broke Novak's serve 4 times out of 11 breakpoint opportunities that he had in the entire match. Novak, on the other hand, I remember he landed 63% first serve in that match, won 63% when his first serve, which was a little less than Alcaraz. Alcaraz won 67% of the point when his first serve. But the big difference in that match was Novak was so successful in winning point when his second serve. He won unbelievably 58% of the points behind his second serve. 58%. It was there Novak won the match. Without any shadow of doubt, it was there he won the match. And Novak also broke Alcaraz's serve very many times. 6 times out of 13 breakpoint opportunities that he had. 6 times. So he broke Alcaraz serve 2 more times than Alcaraz broke Novak's serve. And all in all, and in the entire match, Novak did, I remember that match, 31 winners and 27 unforced errors. So Novak does 4 more winners than unforced errors. It was not that Alcaraz did a disaster of a match in that quarterfinal match at the Australian Open. It was just that Alcaraz lost that match in the second serve points won, where Novak completely killed him on the second serves, where Novak won 58% behind his second serve, Alcaraz won only 33% behind his second serve. So, enough about that match. So, what will we see here now? I think here, at this match at US Open, that is coming on Friday, it is a better Alcaraz. I'm completely convinced about that. It is a better Alcaraz. Alcaraz is sharper. He is more focused. He is just more dangerous. I know that the opponent that he has defeated on his way here, especially those Italian dudes, Bellucci in the second round, Darderian third round, they were 2 big losers. So they will never have chances against Alcaraz, okay? So, of course, those 2 guys are not any huge test for Alcaraz. But nevertheless, when you go to a semifinal and you are not dropped 1 single set and you have dropped your serve only once, you need to respect that. You really need to respect that, because this is not something typically Alcaraz doing. Alcaraz, he loses sets here and there, and even sometimes plays 5 sets when he plays Grand Slams. So he has never gone to a Grand Slam semifinal this way, without dropping 1 single set. This has never happened before. So, and Djokovic on the other hand, this is my opinion, I don't know if you guys agree or not, he's not quite as good here at US Open, according to me, like he was in that Australian Open tournament. For me, in that Australian Open tournament at Melbourne earlier this year, he was a little better. Not maybe much, but a little better. After all, he was a little younger. Every day that goes, it is not advantage for Djokovic. It is not. Because Djokovic, yeah, it was not many years ago. It was only 8-9 months ago when they played each other last time. But he still was a little younger. Not much, but little younger. So, and Alcaraz was not as dangerous, as sharp, as ruthless in that Australian Open tournament like he is now. All right? And of course, the age gap needs to be mentioned here. It is, after all, 16 years of age difference here. Alcaraz is 22, Djokovic is 38. This is 16 years difference, my tennis friends, all around the world. So, of course, Djokovic is still unbelievably good. No question about this. No shadow of a doubt about this. He is. He is. He's, for God's sakes, he's a part-time tennis player and he's continuing to go deep in majors. He has, like I said earlier in my video, this is his 4th consecutive Grand Slam semifinal this year as a part-time tennis player. He's not even playing much tennis. He plays not many tennis tournaments this late in his career. He's not. The last 3 months he has played only majors: French Open, Wimbledon, and now US Open. And who has been stopping him when he has gone to those semifinals? It has been Sinner, French Open, Sinner, Wimbledon, and now he will face Alcaraz at this US Open semifinal. So what do I believe? What does Novak Djokovic need to do here to win this match? Because he's the underdog here. Is he a huge underdog? Yeah, he's a huge underdog according to me. He's a huge underdog. He is. He needs to serve light out. He needs to serve out of his mind. He really needs to serve out of his mind. He needs to be over 67, 68% in landing first serves. He needs to make his life easy with serves. And when he lands his serve, the serve needs to be it needs to be landed with spots. He cannot just land the serve. No. Alcaraz is such a good returner, so he will return those Novak serves without any trouble. So he needs to be having a great spot serving day. So Alcaraz cannot return. And when he returns, because when you have great spot serving, the player will not be able to return with quality. So the ball will land in the middle of the court, and then Novak just can come and put away those balls with his forehand or backhand. So the first key for Novak, he needs to be having a high percentage of first serves, and he needs to be having great spots on those serves. And then, second key, he needs to try to win the short rally lengths with Alcaraz, because Alcaraz is a monster. Is a machine in winning the short rally lengths. He's just such a great player, so-called the serve plus game. Alcaraz is a beast in the serve plus game. Novak needs to challenge that beast in the serve plus game. Another key for Novak is he needs to try to have short rallies. He cannot compete with Alcaraz when it comes to the physicality. The dude is not as strong in the physicality department like he was 5-10 years ago. He is not. You could see that against Fritz in that fourth set, Novak was cooked physically. He really was. After every long rally, he was breathing heavily. Alcaraz, you never see him tired. So Djokovic needs to avoid long, brutal rallies, because if the rallies are long, Novak will lose 7 out of 10 of those long rallies. Another key for Novak, like always in tennis, he needs to win the big points. How did he win the match against Fritz? By winning the big points. Fritz couldn't break Novak's serve more than 2 times out of 13 breakpoint opportunities that he had. He couldn't break him more than so. So Novak was much more clutch. He outclutched Fritz. So Novak needs to outclutch Alcaraz as well. And Novak needs to finish off Alcaraz in 3 or 4 sets. If this match goes to 5, Novak will never defeat Carlos Alcaraz. I really don't think so. Alcaraz has only lost 1 match in his life when the match has gone to 5 sets. He's a 5-set beast. Djokovic is also a 5-set beast, absolutely, but not in the same amount as 5-set beast as Alcaraz. At least not according to me. And he has not the age. The age is not in his advantage. It is not. The age is in Carlos' advantage. Come on now. Come on, dude is 16 years younger. That means something. It is not normal, a player being 16 years older than your opponent, and you will try to outgrind him. No, Novak will not be able to outgrind Carlos. What will be Carlos' key? Carlos' key. Carlos has tremendous big respect for Novak. I have a feeling that Carlos has bigger respect for Novak than what Sinner has. That is my feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I don't believe that Carlos will lose against Novak in that Oslo Open quarterfinal this year. I don't believe that. Novak proved me wrong. I don't believe that Carlos will lose against Novak in that Olympic Paris final last year. Novak proved me wrong. I have the feeling that Carlos has such a huge respect for Novak, which is okay, but not too much of respect. He is an unbelievable tennis player, Carlos Alcaraz himself. He is a complete machine. And he maybe will be the greatest tennis player of all time when it's all said and done 10 to 15 years from now. He's still not the greatest tennis player of all time. Of course not. It is Novak Djokovic who is that player. But maybe Carlos Alcaraz will be the greatest tennis player of all time in 10 to 15 years from now. And he needs to freaking believe that. And just not be afraid of Novak Djokovic, because I have the feeling that he sometimes is little afraid of Novak, at least more than what Sinner is. So that is one key for Carlos. He needs to be relaxed. Of course, he will be a little nervous. It is normal, but not be crazy nervous, because if he's crazy nervous, then he will not be able to play his unbelievable tennis. Like he's a shot maker, Carlos Alcaraz. So Carlos needs to be serving good. He needs to winning a lot of points when his first serve. He needs to protect his second serve. He needs to do a much better job in winning points when his second serve. And that's what the case was in that Australian Open quarterfinal match when they faced each other last time, when he won, like I said, only 33% when his second serve. So he needs to do a much better job in that department. He needs to protect his second serve much better than he did in that Australian Open quarterfinal match. He needs to test Novak's legs. He needs to just test him more, because Novak is not in his physical prime. He's not. We all know that. So Alcaraz just needs to test Novak, try to have long rallies, because we know that Alcaraz will never be tired. Alcaraz can play out there 7 hours. Novak will not be able to play 7 hours. No way in hell. He will not. So Alcaraz needs to test Novak. His legs, his lungs, his body, you name it. Alcaraz needs to he needs to get Novak out of his rhythm, like Alcaraz does. Just go to the net sometimes, chip and shot sometimes, drop shot Novak, because Novak is not, he's fast, Novak. He's not slow, but he's not as fast as he used to be. Absolutely not. So Alcaraz needs to try to drop shot Novak. And I think he will be effective in doing that. Not all the time, of course, because it will be too predictable, but time to time to hit drop shots. And I think he will do that. Another thing that Alcaraz needs to do is to attack Novak's second serve. All respect to Novak, he has a great serve. He really has. But his second serve is attackable. It really is. Alcaraz cannot allow Novak Djokovic to win 58 freaking percent behind his second serve like he did in that Australian Open quarterfinal match earlier this year. Alcaraz cannot allow that to happen again. He cannot. And I really don't think that Djokovic will be able to win as much and as many points behind his second serve like he did last time they faced each other. I really don't think so. Why? Alcaraz is sharper, better now than he was in that Australian Open quarterfinal match, and Novak is not quite as good now like he was in that Australian Open quarterfinal match. At least not according to me. Novak is still bloody good. He really is, but not quite as good as he was in that match. Because in that match, he really was flawless. He really was. He was really, really good, consistent. He was just not leaking any kind of unforced errors. He really closed that unforced error store. He only did 27 unforced errors in that match in 4 sets and 31 winners. Okay, he didn't do many winners, but he didn't do many unforced errors as well. He really didn't defeat himself, Novak Djokovic, which he rarely do. So Alcaraz needs to attack Novak's second serve more than what he did in that Australian Open quarterfinal match 8-9 months ago. And in general, Alcaraz just needs to play his game. He just needs to get his full potential out there, because he has a huge arsenal, Alcaraz. Alcaraz is just let's face it, Alcaraz is the better player. He's the better player. Right now, he's the better player. He's the younger player. He is the future player. Djokovic is not the future player. Djokovic is towards the end of his career. So Alcaraz needs to play out there like a boss. He needs to play, he needs to dictate, he needs to show to Novak, your time is over, man. You had your unbelievable run, but your time is over. Yeah, I know you have a positive head-to-head record against me. Yeah, I know that you have beaten me in some big matches, like the Olympic final last year, like Cincinnati final 2023. But I have also beaten you in some big matches, like the Wimbledon finals 2023 and 2024. So it is enough you beating me. I will start beating you like Sinner has started to beat you as well. So Alcaraz needs to send that kind of message. And I think Alcaraz will do that. I think Alcaraz will execute all of those things that I just mentioned. And I think Alcaraz will win this match in 4 sets. I have tremendous respect for Novak Djokovic. I think Novak Djokovic can take 1 set. I'm not sure about that. I really am not. But I think that he can take one set, and he will take one set. But if Novak wins this match, I will not be shocked. All right, it is freaking Novak Djokovic. But I will be surprised. It is a difference between shocked and surprised. I will be surprised if Novak defeats Carlos Alcaraz. I really will be surprised. I'm not expecting Novak Djokovic to defeat this version of Carlos Alcaraz, who to me has been a beast mode level Carlos Alcaraz we have seen in 5 matches here at US Open 2025. So there you have, my tennis friends all around the world, my semi-final preview between Jannik Sinner and Felix Auger-Aliassime, where I think Jannik Sinner will defeat Felix Auger-Aliassime in straight sets, and the other blockbuster match between Carlos Alcaraz versus Novak Djokovic, where I believe Carlos Alcaraz will defeat Novak Djokovic in 4 sets. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, see you next time. Peace!